Alright, what's going on, guys and girls, traders? I'm gonna go through my watch list for tomorrow. Today is Wednesday, the 5th of December. I'm gonna make the watch list for the 6th. As you can see right here, as you probably know, I have my encyclopedia where I basically write down everything I need to know about a stock to give me a precise idea of what I should be expecting from a stock. Um, what do I do first? As you know, I look at my watch list that I made the previous day, and I look at the runners which are in chat, um, and I also look at Finviz. So Finviz, what am I looking for? I'm looking for stocks that are in my niche. My niche are stocks in between $1 to $10 and with a float lower than 50 million and higher than 3 million if I want to short. I make some exceptions below 3 million float for shorting if I see a ton of dilution and it needs to confirm for me to really attack it. So I'm gonna start right here. First ticker I see, AETI. Interested in this one because we are right around the range that I like. And we also have volume, so yeah, gonna be looking at that. If we come down, you're gonna see enough volume, but the price range doesn't match my criteria. Um, Nothing above 1 million, expect this one, not my range, and AETI right here. So nothing there, but I've got two runners. I've got NVLN that was on my scanner yesterday and that I played too. So what did I do on NVLN yesterday? I built a long position on that one as it came back to this 145 area, added a bit, came back to my target. Basically, my target is always on my reverse short strategy, the high of day, which it did hit, but I didn't take profit. I didn't respect my plan, which is the first time yesterday that I did mess up my plan in a couple of weeks, which really pissed me off. Basically, I didn't even lose money. I was green on the trade, but it was really not a good trade in my books. So put it in my diary, trading diary, and all, and yeah, definitely something to improve. Shorted it at 140 right here, came back down. I expected to move back down even more, but couldn't make it. I covered right at 130 right here, I think. So technicals right now, and after that I'm going to go to the fundamentals. At ETI, what did we see right here? Let me talk about the daily chart first. So daily chart, every time we run, as you can see right here, we give back all the move that we make. But which days am I really interested in? The days with volume. And the day with volume, right here, right there. I'll make it a bit bigger for you guys. Shot completely up like to 150%, and gave back almost 60% of the move. The second day, slight gap up, and we crashed back down. So right there after the running day, right here, tried to push, had all the bag holders from the first day. I don't know if they did some kind of offering or anything else, or warrants, convertible notes or something, but it came back down right away and even closed red. So as you can see, we got some downwards pressure on that one. Tried to push once again, couldn't make it. Second day is a red day. So what I expected actually yesterday was, all right, we got kind of the volume that we got on the previous run, which was right here. We have a lot of bag holders on the daily chart. Um, and every time it runs on the second day, we get a red day. So that's what I expected actually. Um, but as you can see, that's not what the stock wanted to do. which is quite surprising, especially with Trump and all the news that they didn't have an agreement with China, and the market, as you know, came back down pretty heavily yesterday. So thought we could get a move back down, but we actually couldn't. We reclaimed, and I took a reverse long. So the first time I saw it dip down and kind of trap, I saw what I like to see on my reverse reverse short strategy. I mean, so bought it, sold into the 140 push, right around 15 to 20%, which I took. Pretty nice. Built a short position right in here, got stopped, came back down, tried a couple of longs right in here. Didn't work out, had to cut. Took it long right at 131, I think. Added at 133. Took my first partial at 142. Came back down, came back up, and I covered the rest at right around 150, I think 148, if I'm not mistaken. So, which lines are the most important to me? So, if you look right here, well, let me check out the 1 minute chart, it's kind of easier for me to explain. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at areas that are being retested a lot, and I also want to see volume traded at these areas, because if you don't have any buyers or sellers or any kind of pressure at one area, the area will just not be respected at all, because you don't have emotions involved. Most of these areas have emotions involved and a lot of volume. Um, so pushed in the morning, couldn't make it past this 150 area. As you can see in the afternoon, tried a couple of times and couldn't make it, crashed back down. And yeah, so what am I looking at? Looking at the first area right here, got respected a couple of times, even reclaimed that area after we spiked back down. Um, and tried to bounce right in here. So as you can see, we've got the pretty important areas down right here, which are also correlated to the most important areas of the second day. So right in here, spiked in the morning, couldn't make it right here. So one here, one there, as it retested the high of the day, but broke down after that. Tried to push, couldn't make it, tried to push, couldn't make it, broke down, pushed to this area right here, which was the low of the consolidation. Couldn't make it, broke through, found support once again at this trend line right here, got under it, got over it. So yeah, those are the areas I'm looking at. Not gonna tell you right away what's my plan on it, because I'm also looking through the fundamentals right after that. And yeah, so not looking at that. So NVLN, really interesting what they did on this one. We thought it could push a little bit more, but actually couldn't. Going back to the whole China thing, the market is down, so we don't have a lot of volume flowing in small caps, unfortunately, because I think this one could have easily run. Despite the filings, which I know are really crappy, but they have a reason to push it up, to basically dilute some more and make a little bit of money back. So, trapped in the morning, took it long at 145, I think, even added a bit, came over the high, so that's my reverse short strategy. Normally I take my profits right at the high of day, which is always my target, as 70% or so, even a little bit more, right around 73%. Crashed back down into the range before basically then dying. But didn't take the profits, yeah, didn't respect my plan. Was a couple of weeks back since I broke even one of my rules. So kind of was really pissed yesterday because I broke my plan. Like, I was green on the trade even when I closed it, but I didn't respect my plan, and not respecting my plan is basically the the thing that pisses me off the most, because without a plan, without discipline, who are we? I mean, savages. Respected this 140 area right here. I tried to spike at 164, couldn't make it, came back down, retested this 140 area before crashing down. I was short at 140 right here on this bounce. I had my target right around 120 to 115, 117 even, couldn't make it there, so I had to cover at 130 for 10 cents, so a dime profit. So now I'm gonna go through the filings. So I have my list, as you know, right here. So let's start with NVLN. So NVLN, the first things I've already written down are they have 800 million in accumulated deficit, which is a ton. They have 73 million in term loans maturing in February of 2019 and 303 million in convertible notes that are expiring in August of 2019, and that's a ton. That's why I just said I think they could push it up a little bit more, because they basically have a lot to dilute. They have a lot to dump into onto the market. So let me go and check out the filings. So I'm gonna go on BAM SEC, and if I don't find anything, or basically not what I want to find, I'm gonna be looking at the Edgar SEC website. So NVLN. Alright, so I'm gonna go through the first Q3. That's their financial statements that you will find in there, and gonna check basically what they have. So I always do go through a specific way to go through these. So I'm gonna first of all take their OS, which is their outstanding shares. So I'm gonna put it in here. Come on, here. So as of, let me check when was that? November 5th, 2018. So after that, I'm gonna go through their financial statements, which are right here. So current assets, always looking at the cash and cash equivalents. Right here. Come on. So right here, let me see if it's in thousands. Yeah, in thousands. Come on. Mac's getting slower and slower. I think I'm gonna buy a new one soon. Thinking about buying the new Mac. Going now completely freezing or what? Let me check one thing more. So I always have my phone with me, or basically the calculator on the Mac. But what I'm always doing is doing a quick ratio to give me an idea how the company is doing. So to do that, I'm looking at the total current assets, which are right here. So 83,262. And then I'm dividing it by the current liabilities, which are right here. So 370,860, which gives me a quick ratio of 22%, which is really low. So what does that mean? It means if the company had to pay back everything, pay off and everything, they would need basically 5 times what they have right now as assets to pay it off. So that's a sign for me, alright, they really need cash bad, really bad. So I'm gonna put it down 122, 45 quick ratio. And that gives me also an indication how bad do they really need to dilute or basically get cash, a loan, or something else. So as of EOS, which means end of September 2018. And after that, I'm also basically going to take this 83,000 number, 83,262. So that's actually 83 million right here. And then minus total liabilities right here, so 370 million, which is a net working capital of minus 287.5.6 million basically. So yeah, if they had to sell everything, they would have nothing, and they would basically be in debt, which they are. But I mean, if they had to pay back everything, they basically could. So after that, I'm gonna look at the cash burn, which I personally do with the cash flow statement, which is right here. So I'm looking at the net cash used in operating activities. So after that, you look at the period. This one is 9 months, so you're going to take 46 million point 257 and then dividing it basically by 9, which is 5.14. So that's going to be my number, 5.14 million per month cash burn. Here. So I'm also looking at, let me check if I find it right here. So no, here. Yeah, always check, double check with the total operating expenses, which I know a couple of you do that way. And we are at 30 million, which means, but that one is for a 3-month period, which means they are burning right around 10 million even, 10 million per month. So I'm going to change that number because it's more accurate even. 10 million per month cash burn. Alright, so now looking through the warrants, can I find something? So usually on the companies where you find a lot of warrants, so you're gonna see something with 100. That's gonna be a sign for me that the company is really, really, really dirty. But yeah, it doesn't seem that way right here. Do this. Nothing here. I think all right here. So they have warrants right here. The warrants have an exercise price of $4.4 per share. So I'm gonna try to find these right in here somewhere. They should have something. So right here, warrants in thousands. So as you can see, in 2018 we had 1.8 million warrants, which are right here. The outstanding warrants as of September 30th, 2018 were issued, blah, blah, blah. The outstanding warrants as of September 30th, no, not right here. Which one is right? Alright, so that doesn't matter right here. Right, so we basically have 1.8 million, if I'm right. Check once more. Do we have something more right here? No, so for we have 1.8 million warrants right here. $8 million. rounds, 1.8 million rounds at 4.4. Right, then gonna check the offerings. So if we have maybe some kind of ATM going on right here, doesn't seem that way. We don't have anything. Convertible notes. Let me check that. The company has also a significant level of indebtedness consisting of, again, approximately 302.5 million principal amount of 2% convertible notes due in August 15, 2019. So, as you can see, we have a ton of convertible notes that are doable. Yeah, that's absolutely trash. But do I have written it down? Yeah, right here. Right, loans. Sorry, it seems like we have everything on NBLN. Right, so let me do. First of all, let me check if I have it already. ETI, no, don't have it. So gonna be doing it right now with you guys, so you can learn along with me. So, ETI gonna go through the same process. Whoops. So, it's gonna be a bit of a longer video, as you can see right now. Alright, so same thing as you can see right here. Before I check out the other things, we had a notice of delisting, failure to satisfy the listing rules. So that means that if they don't comply with the rules, they're gonna get delisted from the NASDAQ and put back to the OTC land. So as of the other 8.9 OS, as of November 12th, 2018. So right here, then I'm going to go through the financial statements. As I kind of pointed out, I'm going to do it quite slow so you can see, but it usually takes me right around 4 minutes per for the whole filing process, basically. So 5.6 million cash as of September 30th. I like to also kind of write it down, so as of EOS as by NBLN 2018 right here. So after that, quick ratio, as you know, total current assets right here, so 7796, and then divided by right here 5249. So as you can see, this one is solvent. Solvent means basically what I told you before. If they had to pay back, how much would they have left? And they have basically a ratio of 1.48. 1.48 quick ratio, which means they have right around 1.5 times more assets than current liabilities. So after that, I'm going to take the current assets as we did on NBLN, and then minus, or ATI, and NBLN, and then minus right here this number 5249, which means they would have right around, so they have a net working capital of 2.5 million. Let me see right here. So after that, I'm gonna look through the cash flow statements as on the other ones. Here, cash, oh, come on. Here, cash flow right here. Gonna look at where is it? Where is it? Let me check if I can do it like that. Operating expenses right here. Total operating expenses. So we got basically a cash burn of right around 500,000 per month. As you can see, 1.5. It's the 3 month ended September 30th. So yeah, gonna be right around 500k per month cash burn, which isn't a lot. So we've seen far more basically. So cash burn, it's 500k per month. Gonna check out the warrants. Do we have something right here? I need to. Something like here amendment. Nothing right here. So 226, 500,000 right here. During the quarter. It's nothing that really interests me because I'm always looking for a big number of shares to be diluted. Needs to be something really substantial for me to get interested in it. That may be right here. 325,000, nothing to really interest me. So as you can see, they have a lot of warrants because as you can see, they have a lot of series. So they have Series A, Series B, I think they have also Series C. And some of the turds have basically Series Z or like Y or something, which is then pretty substantial, as you can imagine. Nothing that really interests me on this side. Let me see if they have something regarding an offering. No, nothing really. Alright, so nothing that really interests me. No, nothing there. So yeah, nothing that great. Okay. So as you can see, that the last offering was in 2015, or even before that. And offerings S3s are open for 3 years. And as you can see, it's more than 3 years ago, which means even if they had something, they couldn't use it anymore. All right, so that's all. So the plan will be on these ones, NVLN, complete piece of crap, basically. Wouldn't surprise me to see it back in the $1 range tomorrow, but at the same time, they have received a note. Let me see if I can find it. They have a 13G, I think, which is not here. It's here. I don't know if it's that one or the last one. But basically, what happened was an investor kind of got pissed off because of the price, and he basically told them, all right, hear me out, what the fuck are you doing? Get the price up or you'll see me again, basically, which is right in here, in a 13G or 13D filing. All right, so wouldn't surprise me to see it back down just because of the amount of debt that they have and all. Just total piece of crap, but at the same time, they have to bring the price stock up, so it wouldn't really surprise me to see it run just to get, let me see, daily. Yeah, normally they could even dilute some more. Yeah. So the plan will be, gonna look for a spike into this 140 area tomorrow, or pre-market, to start in, and I'm gonna be risking off this 150 area. That's gonna be the first short. This short, I'm not gonna use 1R on it, like at all. Gonna be using maybe half or 1/4 just because it's not the ideal play. So the range isn't that huge. We have trap longs, but yeah, no real, nothing huge or that I'm really interested in. So the second short will be in this 150 area. That I'm gonna be risking a bit more. And then I'm going to be risking off this 160 area with a target of, first target 120, final target $1. So that's the two plans. On AETI, kind of interesting, we don't have a lot of selling pressure. As you could see from the filings, the quick ratio is quite nice, or okay, let's say. They have cash left, and they would be basically right around 10 months to a year to really burn through the cash, so that's all right too. Nothing huge, but it's okay for these turds. So wouldn't be really surprised to see this one ramp a bit up, especially because every time it ran, it couldn't spike on the second day. So this year is quite a new thing. But at the same time, we saw so much selling pressure on the tape. There definitely is some buying power behind it, but at the same time, it's so damn heavy. So gonna be, if we spike to this 185, I'm gonna look for a 3-minute bounce to short into, or some kind of afternoon play, like I had right here. But I could see two things happening. So first of all, we're going to see some kind of parabolic move towards 2 or at least 185 or 175, which I could really see myself shorting into because it's going to be the third day. The company isn't great. It's not bad, but it isn't great at all. We have a ton of bag holders on the chart and all. So yeah, first move right here. Second thing I could see is some kind of mini ramp towards 160, and then basically then a drop 10% to trigger SSR, and then basically they would use it as fuel for the move up. But then I would definitely be really careful. If we get a complete gap down to this $1 area, I don't think they will be able to get it back up. So I'm gonna look for some kind of exhaustion move towards the 125, 130 area and risk off this 150 area. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna be looking for. But as you can see, I have a good idea of what I'm looking for. All right, that's gonna be all for today. I'm gonna do these more often. I think kind of keeps me sane and gives me a plan, because writing it down is nice. It's good, but I'm always looking for basically using more senses than that. The more senses you use, the more you're gonna remember and the more you're gonna feel sure about your plan. It's basically mind body connection. So, all right, that's all for today. See you tomorrow, or yeah, on Friday, Monday, or whatever. All right, see you guys.